ways that you can get brand deals here on TikTok or any other social media platform. Number one, my personal favorite, is let the brands come to you. But there is a strategy involved in this, and that is having a channel that actually has a niche of some sort. So for example, when you take a look at your own channel, like, do you just have random videos about whatever? Or do you have videos that are targeted towards a specific audience about specific things? Obviously, in my case, my videos are mostly about homeschooling with like a few motherhood things sprinkled in. And because I've built a following, I can kind of afford to sprinkle in unrelated videos. But when you're first starting out, if you want to get recognized by brands, it's really important to kind of stick to your subject. So if your channel is all about gardening and homemaking, then you're gonna wanna make sure that all of your videos are specific to that. And then while you're out in your garden making your video, perhaps you're using a shovel from a brand that you really, really like, go ahead and tag the page of that brand in your video. And they're not gonna notice you after a couple videos, but eventually when you start building your following and you become known as like the gardening girl on TikTok, and you keep tagging those brands in your videos, eventually they're gonna reach out to you and they're gonna say, hey, can I pay you a couple dollars for you to make a video for us? The second way that you can get brand deals, and my least favorite way, but it does work sometimes, is to straight up reach out to the brands. So back to that gardening example, right? If you have a brand that you use all the time in your garden, I don't know, like a soil brand or shovel brand or whatever, you can straight up reach out to that company. If it's through TikTok, you can send them a link to the actual video that you made using their product. You can send an email. Some brands have like an affiliate page that they use for you to reach out to them. Hey, I really love your product. I've got this following on social media. And even if you don't have a really big following, I always put like, I've got 1,000 followers on Instagram if you want to do a little brand partnership. Like, be honest with them. And sometimes they'll reach back out to you, and especially if you don't have a really large following, instead of exchanging money for your videos, they might exchange free products. I personally always say, like, I'm only doing paid partnerships, meaning like I don't want free products, I want money. It's definitely worth a shot. The third way that you can get brand deals is by joining an agency. This is especially good if you find an agency that's specific to your niche. So again, that gardening example, if you find an agent, like a TikTok agent or social media agent that knows about that industry and has connections to gardening companies, then they can actually get you in touch. The agent can get you in touch with these bigger brands. Now you have to be careful with this though, because there are a lot of scammers out there. Like, you might have inbox messages right now saying, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah agent, I can get you set up. And some are straight up scams. If you think like, oh, I don't have that many followers, no brand is gonna wanna work with me, that's not true. There's actually a lot of brands out there. They look at the following number, and if the following number is too high, they stay away because they just assume that creator is gonna be too expensive. I actually landed my first brand deal when I had 800 followers on here. You can go back and watch. The videos are so cringe, but it was an educational rug company. And because they knew I was a homeschool mom, ex-teacher, my videos were all on that subject. They offered me money to make videos about their educational rugs, and I had 800 followers. And the last thing is that if you're gonna go back to your page and you're gonna start deleting a bunch of videos because you wanna stick within that niche, and I just told you, like, make sure the videos that you're posting are only within your niche. Don't delete the videos, just go back and put them on private. So when somebody goes to your page and they scroll through, they only see your gardening videos, for example. But if you go through and you start deleting a bunch of videos, you're actually gonna lose like the views that counted for those videos, which could end up screwing you in the long run. So please, please, please don't delete them, just private them.